We've always had this sort of long-running, long-standing joke.
You look a bit alike, you have similar interests.
You do the same sort of things and you say the same sort of things.
Maybe you ought to check out your life.
We may have something in common more than being friends.
No, it would be just unbelievable. In about 1989, unfortunately, my marriage sort of came apart. I started to think, well, I'm in my early 40s, what do you do with life? So I decided I needed to meet people. So I thought, right, let's go clubbing.
It was Pam's birthday and Marcia had arranged for Pam to go to this nightclub in Hemel Hempstead. We used to derogatively call them grab a granny nights, but there you go.
I was going over to ask this attractive woman to dance. And as I went through the crowd, this attractive blonde lady happened to just get in the way, and it was Pam. And then we got a bit more closer and a bit more friendlier. I just fell in love. And then we sort of started to get to know Pam's friends. And then I was invited round to meet Marcia and Dave.
And that was the first time John and I really had a conversation. Learned to play the ukulele, still time.
We found we had a few things in common and we seemed to click.
And then we became friends. So we go on holiday together, we'd go out for days, we stayed at hotels, had weekends away, and we really got to know each other over the years.
That was a good turning point in my life because it had been a bit empty. After coming out from one marriage, I found that you're a bit sort of lonely. And here I am now, once again making a new relationship and beginning to make a new friendship.
John's birthday was coming up and we thought we'd do something a bit different.
Dave suddenly stands up with this great big red book in his hand. He said to me, John Townsend, this is your life.
And he's sitting there on the bench with Pam and we've got all the families there and he was a bit, you know.
And it came out that his name was Lang. And I said, well, that's funny because my mum's name was Lang.
I said, what, same spelling, L-A-N-G? He said, yeah.
And I then said to Dave, you know, where did you grow up? And he said he grew up in Shoreditch. I said, well, that's where my mum come from.
And our lives sort of ran parallel. We thought, oh, that's weird.
Maybe there is a connection there, but we still never really tagged.
He was still just a friend. He was still a good friend. We were doing this for him.
And then Pam sort of said, well, maybe you two ought to check out your life. Maybe you two could be related. And we said, well, yeah, maybe we could check it.
We didn't think any more about it.
My sister Doreen got involved in doing the family history. She found a lot of information and it was interesting. And then she decided to move on to my mum, which was Lang. I said, Marcia is also researching the Lang side of the family. Maybe you two could work together.
Consequently, we were building like two family trees. Doreen was doing her side and Marcia was doing her side.
And things started to gather momentum. We thought, you know, there looks like there could be a possibility we are related after all this time.
Yeah, it was a very strange day because Marcia said, oh, I got a call from John. It's about the family tree. And I went, yeah, and?
Cheers. Cheers.
She said, you're actually first cousins. Gobsmacked.
It took a long while for it to sink in because it just seemed too incredible it could happen. Theodore William Lang, the missing part of the picture, turns out is both our grandfathers.
He married Elizabeth James. They had 3 children and she was expecting another one when they got divorced.
And what we found out was that they took 2 children each. My nan had my mum and Ted, and Theodore had Dave's dad and his sister.
So it turns out not only did we have the same grandfather, we had the same grandmother as well. So we turned out to be first cousins.
My mum never knew that her dad was still alive. Now, why, we don't know, but we since found out that obviously they were covering up.
John Townsend, this is your life.
We did the This Is Your Life for John and we were actually investigating our relation and we didn't realise, we thought we were doing it as a friend. So it was almost, we'd planned it but not planned it.
I was doomed to meet them, if you like. You know, it had to happen. We've not only become very close friends, but he's become almost like a brother to me. It's like having a second family again now. and I can't imagine my journey continuing without them in my life.